Kiara Tunnel, where more than 100 workers were leaving the tunnel after their shift. 41 workers were still in the tunnel, suddenly hearing a loud voice. Along with it, the mud cloud spread the darkness throughout the tunnel. From the top of the mountain, about 1 kilometer below and 700 feet deep from the entrance of the tunnel, 41 workers were trapped in a tunnel which was closed by the landslide. In this rescue mission of the Silk Kiara Tunnel, the rescue team had to face various difficulties. And for the next 17 days, how did the workers survive in the closed tunnel from all sides? Let's know the long story of this mission. Once again, happy to see you in the videos of Cubetick. This tunnel was made to connect the state of Uttarakhand, the Silk Kiara and the Dandla villages. If you look at the villages on the side of the Silk Kiara, if you want to go to the Dandla villages, the war quarter Yamuna River, there is a huge mountain in the middle of it that is standing on the road. The road is made here which is 36 kilometers long, but it is covered in 2 hours. In which the traffic goes to the top of the radio and then the journey begins on the other side of the mountain. But the problem is that this road often stays closed due to the landslides and colds. Which means that both the valleys are now cut off from each other. To solve this problem, India made a fast route here, in which a tunnel was dug under the top of the radio from the inside of this mountain. This tunnel will be able to connect the Silk Kiara and the War Court. And the reason is that its name is T.S. The tunnel was kept in the middle of the city. This dangerous route of 36 kilometers will only stay for 4.5 kilometers. That means, where 2 hours had been spent on this journey, it will be able to pass in just 10 minutes. And that too in 12 months of the year. In 2019, this project was started. But because of the harsh road conditions here, it is not possible to go here for the tunnel boring machine. So, for the tunnel, it was decided to use the drill and blast method. In this way, the hill is drilled and then put dynamite to break it. Due to the damage, the part of the hill becomes weak and then it becomes easy to dig. But where there are benefits like this, there are also losses. The loss is that if the blast was a little more, then that part of the hill would be destroyed. It makes the whole mountain weak and then the tunnel could collapse at any time. This was the case in the Silk 11 Tunnel Collapse. On November 12, 2023, Diwali Day, a 40-day laborer was working in the tunnel. He had left his house and come here every day, but he could not go back today. No one could imagine that. At 5:30 am, the land was sliding in the weak part of the mountain and it collapsed 60 meters away from the tunnel. This collapse happened after 210 meters from the Silk 11 side. The workers who were within 210 meters had now completely blocked the way out of the tunnel. After the collapse, the people outside were shocked. Everyone felt that the tunnel had collapsed and all the workers inside had been crushed. The noise and screaming started to echo everywhere. Diwali was celebrated with happiness and now it was a very difficult time. With this, the administration came into action and declared an emergency. The first step was to find out whether the people inside were alive or not. For that, it was necessary to know that the landsliding collapsed the whole tunnel or just a few parts. Without time, the machinery was being sold and the drilling started in the landsliding. The drilling pipe had just entered 60 meters away and suddenly the drill machine was out of power. This was a good news because it means that the landslide collapsed only 60 meters away from the drill machine. The road ahead is completely empty. Where the rescue team got good news, rescue team was still wondering what the condition of the tunnel and the workers inside the tunnel was. It is also possible that the tunnel collapsed in 2 or 3 places. Rescue workers have only discovered the collapse of the 60 meters tunnel. The next day, on the 13th of November, a heavy pipe was decided to be drilled so that fresh oxygen can be reached inside the tunnel. This pipe was only 6 inches thick, but it was not dangerous to drill this pipe. Because it is also possible that the second landslide would be due to the vibration of the drill. Luckily, the 60 meters pipe reached inside without any damage. The workers inside the tunnel made a sound and reached out to the tunnel. This news was not less than good news for the rescue workers and the workers on the site. 41 workers were safe inside the tunnel. They had been trapped for more than 24 hours. First of all, they were sent through the pipe to eat and drink. But this happiness was quickly changed in the sadness when everyone knew that it was impossible to remove the debris or make a big hole and they can be taken outside. Because of the drilling of the rescue workers, the collapse that had been spread to 60 meters was gradually increasing. The soft debris was gradually spreading in its place and then the second stone started falling from the inside of the mountain. The collapse of the tunnel had been 2 days since the 14th of November, 2023. The rescue team decided to drill a 200 feet pipe inside the tunnel. This was not such a big pipe that workers could walk, but they would crawl and get outside. But during the drilling, the same happened which was feared. During the drilling of the 2.5 feet pipe, the landsliding started again, which hurt 2 workers. Now keeping the drilling in place was not a risk, because it was like playing with the life of 41 workers inside. Now the drilling work was stopped. By then the medicines were sent inside through the oxygen pipe. On 15th and the 16th of November, the drilling was stopped without any success. Because to avoid landsliding, the new place where the drilling started, the drilling machine was damaged. On the 16th of November, a big drilling machine was decided to assemble on the site. It was getting late to reach the site due to mountainous roads. That is why it was delivered the drilling machine into many pieces and then it was assembled there. On the 17th of November, a 6-meter-long 4 pipe was drilled in debris. That means, 24-meter pipe was still inside. When it was 5th pipe, a loud sound was heard from debris. And then it was quiet. The first collapse was already being handled like a shadow. So everyone thought that there was a collapse again. At this moment, every step had to be taken very carefully. A small mistake could have killed 41 workers. So the operation was stopped once again. Rescue team tried every possible way to drill. But every time, the soft debris collapsed again during the drilling and was closing the tunnel. On the 21st of November, the workers inside had passed away for 9 days. Their condition was getting worse and worse. Their families were waiting for their loved ones on the site for the last 9 days. Authorities had sent an endoscopic camera inside through a small pipe. For the first time in 9 days, 41 workers could be seen. They were also sent to drink hot water and hot food in bottles. The workers were getting food inside, but they were always wondering if they could ever get out of here alive or not. The drilling started once again on the 22nd of November. But after 44 meters, a problem came to the fore. The tunnel that was installed in the tunnel was the drilling pipe's holes. To cut these holes in the depth of 44 meters, it needed special cutters to cut the depth of the 44 meters which were not present there. So once again the drilling had to be stopped. The number of drills that were done was being done horizontally from the opening of the tunnel. At this point, someone thought that if the vertical drilling is done on top of the mountain and the pipe is directly drilled in that place where the land did not slide, then it is possible that no more trouble would come in the middle. But where the hole was only 60 meters in the middle of the debris drilling, the hole would be hundreds of meters deep from the top of the mountain, i.e., the top of the mountain or the side of the hole. Then it would be able to reach the tunnel. It was decided that on 27th November, an international expert team reached which had such a rescue experience. They refused the vertical drilling along with coming because it could take a month in the vertical drilling, whereas the workers had been trapped for 15 days. The problem was that if a drill cutter is used to cut the edges, then due to vibration in the malb, the landslide is in danger. It was very important to find a solution for this problem. Therefore, international experts presented a solution that the edges should not be cut with the help of a drill, but with the help of a gas welding. Now the old way of using the horizontal drilling plan was started again. But now the people who came on the way started to cut the edges with the help of a gas welding. The pipe was already drilled 44 meters long before the rest of the pipe took 2 more days to drill. Finally, on the 29th of November, on 17th day, the workers trapped inside the malb were taken to the malb, and heard the drill. After some time, the 250 feet pipe came out of the mall and everyone was going to be happy. Now, one by one, workers were being removed from the 250 feet pipe. This was not just the families of workers, but also a memorable moment for the whole world. Prime Minister Narendra Modi contacted all the workers on the phone and gave them the message of his courage. Of course, these 41 workers had a tunnel with a distance of 2 km. There was electricity and food, but from home to home, one by one, the workers were told that they would never be able to land again. This is truly a very courage thing. I hope you will like and share this video. Thank you for your love and comments. See you in the next